Ahoy hoy fellow bookworms, my name is Caroline and I like to read books, so today I will be sharing with you 25 bookish facts about me. My favourite genre is fantasy. I don't really read ebooks because for me nothing compares to the feeling of holding a book in your hand and turning the pages and inhaling the book smell and just enjoying it and all that stuff. Honestly, I do not understand people who can listen to music while reading because even if the music is super chill, I will just be sitting there and dancing around like... Or I'll be looking out the window all moodily and creating a film clip in my head. I read fast. I do get easily distracted though, so there are a lot of times while reading where I have to like go back and reread a paragraph because I realized I wasn't paying attention to any of it. That's also the reason I don't listen to audiobooks. I wear glasses when I read. Reading makes me really sleepy, so I like to read at night before I go to bed. My favorite place to read is in my reading chair next to my window. When books have maps at the beginning, I get way too excited. I make some of my own bookmarks and I'm actually working on some kind of book-themed prints to hopefully start selling soon. I like to keep my books looking nice, so when I'm reading, I try really hard not to break the spine or crinkle the pages or really damage them in any way. When it comes to completing a series, I am actually the worst. Like, I have a problem. All-time favorite book would be the Harry Potter series, which I know is such an obvious answer, but I'm not even gonna try and think of something else because, like, hot diggity damn, Harry Potter changed my life. I drink water while I'm reading. I used to make myself a cup of tea or something, but I had this tendency to forget that it was there, and by the time I remembered, it would be cold and then I would be sad. When I was about 10, my cousin and I started writing a book together called LTCFAA, which stood for Like Taking Candy from an Adult, and it was about this trio of like crime-fighting, super spy, best friends just having fun and solving stuff, and we made it to about chapter 3 before we gave up. I do want to write my own book at some point, but I do this really annoying thing where I'll have a cool idea or cool characters or a cool ending, and I'll sit down to brainstorm or to even start writing, and my mind will just blank and be like, a dog goes woof or something stupid, and my words do just not come out of me in an articulate and educated way. It's just really, really frustrating. I live in constant fear of book spoilers because they are actually everywhere. I'm that person who talks to bookstore employees and recommends books to strangers, but let's be honest for a second. If I see someone standing in the fantasy section of a bookstore looking kind of uncertain, I can't not tell them to read the Mistborn trilogy. Sometimes I buy secondhand books, but in general they just kind of weird me out because I don't know who owned them before me and it could be really gross. Like, what if they spilled stuff on it? What if they were a fan of reading on the toilet and got poop germs on it? Like, it sounds so stupid when I say it, but it's just what I think about when I'm in a secondhand bookstore and I can't even help it. I am honestly so bad at imagining characters while I'm reading. Like, I can't fan cast because of this. I always have an idea of their appearance in my head, but it's usually pretty vague, and a lot of the time I change something minor about them, like their hair color, without even meaning to. There are certain things that I still struggle to pronounce because I had only ever read them. A good example of this is in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. One of the visiting schools for the Triwizard Tournament is Beauxbatons, and when I was reading this I just had no idea how to pronounce it, so I spent that entire book saying Borksbatons, and it wasn't until the movie came out that I learned I was wrong. But even now, like years and years later, when I read Harry Potter, even though I know it's pronounced Beauxbatons, I still say Borksbatons in my head and I can't help it, and it's really frustrating. I'm starting to run out of things to say. I do snack while reading, but I also snack all the time, so this one isn't really that exciting. When fantasy characters have names that are hard to pronounce, it kind of kills me, but also it kind of thrills me. Final facts for this video, guys. I currently own 217 books. I also own 80 of the Penguin Little Black Classics and about 20 comic books, but of the 217 on my shelf, I have read 145 and the other 72 are my TBR. Okay, so that's my 25 bookish facts, guys. I hope you liked this video and maybe learned something kind of funny about me. I upload videos Wednesdays and Saturdays, so be sure to like this one and subscribe to my channel and tune in on those days for more bookish goodness. Toodaloo!